Here we are being asked to find the tangent line. So we always start with what we know, point slope form. We're going to have y minus the y coordinate equals, we spend some time trying to figure out the slope, and then x minus x1. So I always immediately plug in the given y1, which in this case is -1, and then I plug in the given x1, which in this case is 1. And then once I got all those plugged in, there's just one more thing to do, and that of course is to find the slope of our tangent line, which will be the derivative evaluated at x. So I first have to find the derivative. Now, remember that for the power rule to work, we need x to a power, but it has to be in the numerator. So before I can go bring it down the exponent and everything, I need to move these x's up into the numerator. So I'm just going to rewrite, and I'll have 2x to the -1 minus 3x to the -2. And then now once it's rewritten, I can use that form to bring down the exponent and subtract 1. All right, so let's go ahead and do that here. We will bring down the -1 exponent. So that's going to give us 2 times -1, -2. X subtract 1, -1 minus 1 gives us -2. Then for the second term, I'm going to bring down the exponent of -2. So I'll take -2 times -3. That gives us +6. Then subtract 1 from -2. I get x to the -3 power. Now again, you need to be able to do this with a 4-function calculator. And so the easiest way to do this, if you're trying to calculate without a cute little scientific calculator, to calculate, always remove the negative exponents, because we really don't know how to deal with those in our head to how to calculate them. So if you have a negative exponent, we can bring that down to the denominator and make it positive. Do keep in mind though that you have 2 terms here. So it is just this first term that's going to look like -2 over x squared, and the second term will look like 6 over x cubed. So term by term, we're going to bring down the exponents appropriately. Now, that's not what we plug in for our slope, because our slope needs to be a number. So after we get it into a form where we can start to do some calculations, we then plug in the given x, and the x value in this particular question was given as 1. So we will have f of prime of 1. So we have -2 over 1 squared plus 6 over 1 cubed. And then it's no problem at all to calculate it, because you have really -2 plus 6. And so you get 4 for the derivative evaluated at that given point. So remember, after all that work, you then have to plug that number into your point slope form. So you would have y minus -1 equals 4 times x minus 1. Now, you really don't want to leave a double negative in English or in math, and so what we're usually going to do for our final answer here is remove that double negative for point slope form. So I'll write y plus 1 equals 4 times x minus 1. And you could also solve for slope-intercept form, but again, perfectly acceptable to leave it in point slope form.